All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal.
My name is Kyle.
And I'm bald.
You are bald. Well, you're not totally bald. You got a little fuzz.
Apparently, according to Kyle, the lighting in this room makes me look more bald than I am.
Yeah.
But
plus the blonde hair.
It's a 2 buzz, so it's pretty damn short.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also so. If you guys don't listen to every episode, a couple episodes ago, I dyed my hair. And then it was blonde and really weird. And then I decided to let Kyle cut it off.
And if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see what it looks like.
Yeah.
In our story.
Before he turned it into just a regular buzz cut, I let him kind of just fuck me up and do whatever he wanted. So he kind of went for the evil old man look, sort of.
Yeah, you pulled it off.
Like if you guys, what was the guy's name?
It's Count Olaf.
Yeah, if you look up Count Olaf
from the
series
of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
He looks like that guy.
Yeah, you did pretty good of making me look like him. And I had a
It wasn't
little
even my
horn.
goal.
I had a little unicorn horn in the front.
Yeah. It was cute.
Anyway, so that's that. But I want to say the video, I've talked about it on a lot of episodes for the last month, but the video that we're doing all these stupid challenges for will be up very soon. When you guys are listening to this episode, it'll be up in a couple days. So obviously I'll post about it on Instagram and Twitter and everything, but I've spent a lot of time on this video. Literally film shit for it every single day for a month. So it's going to be a really fun video. And if you like my other documentary things that I've done over the last year, you'll definitely enjoy this one. So
I enjoy them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I will enjoy this.
Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Anyways, how's it going? What's new? What's going on?
It's going great. I was at the Mariners game yesterday.
Yeah.
They lost.
Did you catch a home run?
I was in foul territory, so no, I didn't.
Question.
Yes.
If they hit a home run, so they hit the ball,
Yes.
it goes up like it's going to go out of the ballpark, and it goes over the line where it would be a home run.
Yeah.
Then it gets really, really, really windy, brings it all the way back into foul territory, and you catch it.
It's a foul ball. Oh, if I catch it?
Yeah.
Like in the crowd? Well, it's a foul ball.
But like, let's say it went out of the park.
Yeah.
And then it flies back
All the way back,
up,
and it lands down.
and it lands
like,
in the field.
In the field? Then it's wherever it lands.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
But what if they have no proof that it could have hit the ground, but they don't know? It just comes
Well, how would it
back.
have hit the ground and then... Listen, they're not going to play a game in the middle of a hurricane, so... I've always wondered if I've never experienced a hurricane or anything close to it.
Yeah.
If it's like 70-mile-an-hour winds, or like, I don't know how fast they get. If I like threw a baseball into the wind,
Would it come back?
would it come back? Like, could I theoretically play catch with myself?
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't really be able to stand up if it's coming that fast.
Well, but can you even, let's say it's 70 coming straight at you. Can you throw it 70 miles an hour? Because if you can't even throw it 70, I don't think it would go forward at all. You might throw it and it would immediately go back.
There might be some science into it. I think I could throw 70 now.
Okay. So maybe if you can throw
warm
faster than the speed of the wind, then it would go forward to a point and then come back. You know, like if it's going 71 and there's 70-mile-an-hour winds, it would theoretically go forward.
But I think there's some wind tunnel shit, you know, like some sort of physics in there.
Some math.
Yeah. I took general physics in high school, so I
took IB physics.
I got a B, so.
Anyways, one thing I wanted to say, we can get back to the Mariner game thing. But I just don't want to forget this. So for our 2019 bucket list video that we're working on, I got Kyle a book.
Yeah.
And Kyle today told me, I was like, oh, have you started your book? He's like, yeah, I actually read 50 pages. I actually think I like reading. And it bothered
Who would have thunk?
It bothered me so much because for months I've been telling him, Kyle, I don't think you really would hate reading if you just found a book you like. And he's like, no, never want to read. Hate reading. Why would I want to read? I can just watch a movie.
Yeah. See, I would rather read. I just said I would rather read. I would rather watch a movie than read.
Yeah.
But there are certain times where just like, now that I've read, now that I'm a reader.
Now that you've read once in your life outside of school.
Yeah. Now that I am like, I'm a bookworm at this point.
Oh yeah.
I'm like 50 pages in. There are certain times where I'd rather read a book than like watch TV.
Wow.
If I'm getting kind of tired and there's nothing on TV. Basically, the situation was John got me this book that I have to read, and I hadn't started it for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Been putting it off, and I haven't been able to do laundry in my house because our washer's been like messed up, and I was finally able to do laundry, and everyone else in my house was doing laundry, so I was waiting all day, so I didn't get to start my laundry until like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So I was waiting to finish all my laundry until like from like 11 to like 12:30.
Okay.
So I just read because I didn't want to watch TV. And if I watched TV, my sister would have been like, the TV's too loud. I'm going to bed.
Oh.
So all the stars had to align for me to start reading that book. And I started reading it. And I think I liked it.
If you could have played Fortnite, if you could have watched TV, if you could have watched a sporting event.
Right.
If you could have watched an entertaining YouTube video, basically anything else,
right,
like was not an option. So I mean, all you had
there were options, but I just the book was sitting there, and I was like, wow. I think this is I need to do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
and you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it. By the time flew, I'll say, and then I was tired after. I was like, wow, this is a great way to send me to sleep.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of different. Like I can't read late at night. Well, late. I can't really read past 10 because that's when my brain gets tired and I just get useless, and I'll reread a page like 12 times and not pay attention.
Yeah, but I mean, the book that I'm reading is not necessarily like a big storyline. It's
Yeah.
kind of a bunch of mini essays. So
I love when books, you'll read like 3 pages, then it's a new chapter, and then another 3 pages.
Yeah,
because it makes you feel so accomplished.
Yeah, and it's kind of big font too. So I was just like turning pages.
Like, wow, I'm on fire today.
I read 50 pages in a night. That is by far the most I've ever read in a night without reading it for school.
Yeah.
So
pretty good.
I know.
Cool.
You can congratulate me if you want.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Anyways, back to the Mariner game.
Back to the Mariner game.
Did anything happen?
A few things happened. One, we get there. Sorry.
Sick, dude. That's a sick story.
Okay. Where do I want to start? Okay, so I was going to get beer.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the game. We're there like an hour early. My mom's like, hey, can you get me a beer? I'm like, all right. So I got a beer, and she's getting food. I'm getting a beer for me and her. I'm at the beer line. The guy's like, can I see your ID? I show him my ID. He just looks at it, looks at me a few times, looks down, looks back, looks down. He's like, hands it back to me. I start putting it away, and he goes, oh, let me see that again. I'm like, oh. I'm like, all right.
He's doubting you.
He looks at it again. Looks at me a few more times, just like looking up and down. I'm like, he's like, this doesn't really look like you.
He said that?
Yeah. I'm like, I had a Mariner hat on, but it's not like it. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, this is my face. He's like, you look a lot younger in this. I was like, technically I was younger when I took that picture. It wasn't that long ago. He's like, yeah, all right. And just hands it back to me, and then like pours me the beers, and I walk away. And I was like, it was just the weirdest like exchange I've ever had.
You're like, I don't know what to tell you. This is just my face.
It's like, I don't know.
This is how I look.
This is just me. So I don't know.
Was he on the verge of like declining you?
I don't know, because is he allowed to do that? I know that you're technically allowed to if you think it's fake, but it's not fake.
Yeah, but what if you think it's fake and it's not fake?
Yeah, and I know some people will just take the fake ID. They'll say like, I'm not giving this back to you. What if he's tried to do that? I would have been like, dude, I need it.
It's not fake.
This is my driver's license. I need this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I think like 99.9% of the time, if it's fake and they take it, the kid who had the fake ID is not gonna fight it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, yo, give it back to me, because they're already on like.
Then they'd threaten to call the cops, and I would be like,
okay, call the cops.
Let's call the cops. Let's do it.
Yeah,
dude. Just be like some awkward Mariner security guy walking over and be like, I think this is real. So I don't know. And the guy didn't even seem. See, I feel like the people that kind of question you about your ID are kind of older people. Yeah. This guy was like in his 20s, and he looked like a cool guy that I could have a conversation with. And I don't know. He didn't like my face.
Maybe he's just like the guy that like reminds the teacher about homework that she forgot to mention.
Really didn't give off that vibe though.
Oh wow. So kind of conflicting.
I know
things here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like if you're a bartender at a Mariner game, like you're probably not a teacher's pet. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone who works at the Mariner game. Yeah. Anyways, and then we're sitting in our seats. We're kind of far back, and these like people, like a couple rows in front of us. This whole family. You can tell they're kind of just not into baseball.
Yeah. And
they have like little kids and stuff. This whole family, there was probably like, I don't know, 10 of them all in a line. And they're all like pretty overweight,
Yeah.
and they all had each a bucket of popcorn. They were just downing. And this one lady, I saw her down like 3 tall boy Coronas in like 3 innings. She was just like I swear every pitch she was like taking a guzzle. She was like, dude, she was just picking up and just, I was like, I had pointed out to my sister, I was like, this girl is just pounding these Coronas.
Was it the mom of all the kids?
I don't think she was a mom. I think she was like maybe a cousin.
So
She wasn't a mom.
But so how many kids are we talking? Because you said
There was like
10
well,
people.
no, there was like 3 kids, and then there was probably like
some adults.
I'd
some
say like a bunch of
cousins.
sisters and maybe a couple husbands,
Okay.
something like that. But dude, this lady was just crushing Coronas.
And they all had their own individual
They
popcorn.
all had popcorn. I saw 2 different popcorns spilled.
Damn.
2 separate popcorns completely fell over.
They
and
spent a lot of money.
Yeah, and so another thing is they were in the very front row. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. So we had a couple rows, and then there's like a walkway, and then there's like weird row of chairs.
Yeah.
It like wasn't normal seating, but that's where they were. It was like up against the balcony, and so they were like over the edge, and these kids were like climbing on the edge, and the parents weren't doing anything.
That's scary.
And me and
Didn't they
Karina,
fall and like die?
if they fell, they would have gone pretty far down. Yeah.
When you say climbing on the edge, like they're on the outside. Like
No. So like one of the kids put his leg over. He was straddling.
Oh.
And the mom,
shit.
he's like, "Mom, look at me." And she's like looked at him and like looked down at her phone. And I'm like, he's going to die.
Yeah.
And these people kept taking selfies the whole game. They were just on Snapchat with the filters. The ladies were just so not into the game.
Yeah.
And they were just holding their phone over the edge. And this was the lady that had just downed Coronas, and she was pretty drunk. And I was just waiting for her to drop her phone.
Yeah.
She never did. But dude, they took probably 100 selfies.
Question.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're in the back, like someone's taking selfies and you're in the background?
So that's brings me to my next point. My sister and I were trying to get in the back of these. They
Oh.
were kind of far ahead of us, so they would have had to take it at like a low angle to get us in it.
Yeah.
But we were like trying to get in it, but we didn't get any reactions. And
But like if someone's right in front of you, will you kind of like pretend that you're not paying attention and just look around?
Yeah.
Or do you ever just stare down into the lens?
usually I'll pretend that I don't notice.
Or give a little peace sign?
Yeah, usually I pretend I don't notice. But if, for example, I was just kind of feeling in a funny mood, or maybe I had a beer or 2,
Yeah.
then I would start making faces.
Yeah.
But
Do you like? I don't drink a lot or very often, I guess. I mean, neither do you, but
I
Do
feel
you-
like I'd maybe drink more than you.
yeah. Do you notice a difference after one beer?
Depends
Because I
what
feel
it
like
is.
one beer is not a lot. Like, I don't know. Like if I mean, I don't like beer, but if I was to have just one drink of the equivalent of whatever's in a beer,
Mhm.
I don't think I'm gonna feel anything after one.
It kind of
Unless I just maybe if you like down it all at once, but even then I don't think that's really like if I was to just chug a beer, maybe.
yeah.
But if I just drink a beer at a casual pace, I'm not gonna feel anything.
It kind of depends. It depends what I've eaten,
Yeah.
what kind of beer it is, and like how strong it is.
Yeah.
But like I had just a Rainier, like a tall boy,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say I definitely wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
I guess I was just a little laughier.
Buzz or a little more talkative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, like one beer usually. But if it's like some IPAs, if you drink one, you're definitely like buzzed.
Yeah. What's the difference between buzzed, tipsy, drunk, hammered, and plastered? Like, can we
That's a- yeah,
try and
that's
like
a-
set a scale?
Okay, yeah. So I'd say there's like pre-buzz where you kind of
Whoa, pre-buzz.
I don't know. I guess maybe that's just buzzed. It's where you kind of feel it in your limb, like you just kind of feel like a little slower maybe.
Okay.
And
But
just
you're
kinda
still
feel,
totally coherent. You could drive. Like,
I mean, you
what's the
shouldn't drive.
phrase for? What's the word for like? You've had some alcohol, but you're still totally coherent. Totally can drive. Like you're 100% fine, fully functioning.
I think that's just you're fine.
That's
I
just
don't-
you're fine.
I
Okay.
don't know.
So what's like the first step with a label? Pre-buzz.
I guess probably buzzed.
Okay.
I would say that's pre-buzzed. The fine part is probably
Okay.
pre-buzzed. I'd
So-
say buzzed.
What? Listen, I don't like I said, I don't drink a lot, but when I do, the times that I have drank recently, I just like
You just
die.
get drunk. Yeah.
So I don't really know the in between. I know like you're fucked and you're sober.
Well, like buzz is like you can definitely hold a normal conversation and like fine.
You're not like
stumbling over.
Dude, what's up, bro?
Yeah, you're not stumbling over your words. You're not like annoying. You're just kind of like maybe a little more happy.
Okay.
And you can maybe feel it a little bit in your body.
But if you're buzzed, are you still technically over the legal limit?
I have no idea. I don't have a breathalyzer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm kind of curious about. I don't know what the limit is of like how you would feel when you should be able to drive.
Yeah.
I just make sure that I don't feel anything if I'm gonna drive.
Yeah. Okay, so there's buzz. Then it's tipsy.
I guess that's probably a step up. That's when you're maybe a little like, ooh. I don't know. So tipsy, I feel like is more something girls say. I've never really said I'm tipsy.
I feel like if a girl says I'm tipsy, that means she's drunk.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to play it off. She's kind of trying to play it off.
Yeah, but some girl, I feel like with girls especially, they'll talk about how not drunk they are to
like,
bring
I'm
more
not even drunk.
To bring more attention to themselves about how drunk they are.
Yeah,
like I feel like it's girls who want attention that are like, I'm not even drunk. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's some people that like the second alcohol touches their lips, they just instantly become drunk or they act like they're drunk.
Shim.
Well, he just gets loud.
Yeah, he's not like he's a great drunk to be around.
Yeah, he's not like
fun.
belligerent. I mean, if he has too much, he can be annoying, but he is like fun.
Yeah. So it's funny how there's like so many different types of drunk
there's
people.
creepy people, there's people who are just quiet.
I'll talk to anybody
anyone
about anything.
Yeah.
Like
our joke is anyone with a pulse, John will talk to.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So going back. So there's buzzed, tipsy. Then
I guess tipsy is maybe you're standing up and like you might not stumble, but like it's
your balance is not all there.
Yeah, you might all of a sudden be like, whoa. Hey,
okay.
Every once in a while.
Now,
or like you might spill your drink a little bit.
Would you say being drunk is more than being tipsy, or they're about the same?
I would say drunk is more than tipsy. I don't know, because tipsy, I've never felt like I'm in the tipsy category, because I would never use that word.
Okay.
I would just say buzzed to drunk.
Okay. So when you're drunk, that's pretty average. Everybody knows what being drunk is.
I mean, if you've drank.
Well, I mean, yeah, most people know what being drunk is. And like a good drunk is fun and fine. Now, at what point does being drunk change? Now, there's like hammered,
I have a question
plastered,
for you. Yeah.
There's fucked, our friends use blacked, yeah,
and just unconscious,
just dead, unconscious,
like barely alive. Okay, my question is, when you're drunk, you're just like in the drunk zone, which is like probably the perfect zone to be in. Yeah, where I like to stay. Are you slurring your words? Like every once in a while, you might, because sometimes I don't know. Like I'll be talking and like I'll randomly slur a word and I'm like, I don't even feel that drunk.
Yeah, I think like if you're drunk, you'll slur a word here and there. But if you can like hardly finish a sentence, that's when it changes to something else.
You're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. And like if you're trying to walk up the stairs and you have to use the handrail at all costs, that's more than drunk.
I think if you're drunk, you can handle stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're fucked up, stairs are like just a beast.
Yeah, and if you're trying to talk to someone and you have to rely on like leaning on them or like putting
or leaning on something. Yeah. That's a big thing, is leaning on a counter. There's a video of me I don't want to talk about, but of me on New Year's, like one of the first times I drank, and I'm leaning hard on the counter when I'm trying to have a conversation.
This last 4th of July, I don't know what label I was at. Like I wasn't blacked or like unconscious.
You're fucked up.
But I was very fucked up. But I was talking with one of my friends, and I had my arm around her because and I was just like, we were just talking, but I knew that if I tried to take my hand off or like if I tried to walk away at that point, I was gonna go down. like she was my core support there.
You should have just sat down.
I know, but I was like, and dude, I remember, like obviously you and I have talked about this, but I think maybe people will appreciate this or find this funny. But so I was talking to her, and Willig and Kyle come in the boathouse, and I was like to the point where I was so drunk that I turned my head and my eyes don't register that I turned until like 3 seconds later.
That's when you're fucked up.
Yeah.
And spins.
And Kyle walks in, and I Like, he literally walks right in front of me, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?"
I slapped your
or
ass.
something.
I slapped your ass.
Yeah, he slapped my ass. But, like, none of that registered until, like, after you had almost left. Like, you came in.
I was there.
Said what's up, slapped my ass, like, looked in the fridge, and left.
I was looking in my backpack for my water bottle for probably 15 seconds.
Yeah,
And then I
and none
left.
of that even registered. And then Kyle left, and afterwards I was like, "Yo, where'd Kyle go?" She's like, "Dude, Kyle's not even in here anymore."
Yeah, that's when you just need to stop and drink water.
Yeah, then I went down and I took 2 pulls of tequila. So, yeah.
All right.
Um,
Okay, but yeah, what's the next step after drunk?
then I'd say hammered.
Yeah, that's when you're just like loud, and
Like, you're not.
I feel like that's maybe at your peak of like,
you're still okay. Like, you're not gonna
yeah,
throw up. Probably.
you're just really drunk.
Yeah, like, you probably should be done drinking.
Yeah, that's when you should be done drinking, is when you're hammered. I mean,
Or
if
when
you
you're drunk.
if you want to go past drunk, hammered is like where you should stop.
Yeah. Like, nothing good. Let's put it this way: nothing good is gonna happen after you're hammered.
because after that you're fucked up or you're blacked.
So you're hammered. You're struggling to get up the stairs at that point a little bit.
Yeah,
But like, nobody's taking care of you.
but it's still
yet.
fun.
Yeah.
There's points where if you're past that, it's not fun.
Yeah.
You're not having fun. You wish you weren't drunk anymore, and you start regretting things.
Yeah. On the 4th, I was at that boundary where it was fun, but once it got to like 11 p.m. or midnight, I was like, this is not so fun anymore.
Yeah, I'll say that day I was like I was perfect the whole day. Not to toot my own horn, but I was like, I was in a great state.
Yeah.
I
I just like, I don't know, with a lot of things in life, I feel like I'm kind of all or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to do something just like
So is Jordan.
half-ass. And so when the times I do drink, I know it's not a good mindset to have, but the way I look at it is like, why would I want to just be a little buzzed or a little drunk? Why would I not just want to be like over the moon right now, just like insane? But then I get there and then I'm like, I don't want to be here.
I wish I had gone back over the moon.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on the side of the moon.
Yeah. So it's a balancing game.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So there's hammered, then there's what did we just say?
Fucked up,
Oh yeah, fucked up. Then there's probably blacked,
and then unconscious.
which
Blacked is like you're doing everything you shouldn't be doing.
yeah.
Unconscious,
Have you ever blacked out?
no. I've like browned out,
Yeah.
which is like where you don't remember some things, but
Is
I don't
is
know.
that what it's called?
yeah,
When you like certain bits and pieces are gone?
yeah, or like I think blacked out's like when you just don't remember anything.
Okay.
Like
okay.
even from when before you started drinking.
Yeah.
Browned out's like when you miss like little things, like
Yeah.
oh, I don't remember having that conversation with you or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I had done anything crazy. I just
Yeah.
like didn't remember.
Browning out's
Couple
kind of
things.
cool because it's like you kind of teleported through the like time.
Could be
You
bad
know?
though because you could have done very bad things.
Yeah, but it's like it's a fun game. Like, did this really exist? If you know,
Yeah.
where did my consciousness go?
Well,
Nobody knows. I
yeah.
don't know. All right. I didn't think we'd be talking about that. I don't know how we got here,
I
but
don't know. Okay, so John and I were having a conversation earlier, and something that came up was, do you ever just get the urge to like throw something that's expensive in your hand? Like if I'm holding a baby, you ever just kind of get that sudden urge to just spike it or punt it?
Not that you want to hurt a
Yeah.
baby, but it's like
It's
I
like
have this power.
Knowing that you could.
Yeah.
So lately, I've been getting this urge, not this urge, but like it comes into my head when I'm talking to somebody that maybe I don't know too well, and I'm like face to face with them, like I could just totally spit in their face, just like hawk a big one right in their face
No.
in the middle of a conversation.
You want to spit on strangers?
It's not that I want to, but it's something that like for some reason
It crosses your mind.
it's been like a weird theme lately. Is like it's been popping into my mind. Like I meet someone new or something. And like it happened with the guy at the game when I was selling my beer. And
You
I was
almost spit on him?
like, no, I didn't almost spit on him,
Dude.
but I was just like having this conversation, and I was like, I could spit in his face.
Like
probably.
I easily could just go like
Yeah, like what's stopping me? The only thing stopping me is me.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's the same with anything in life.
I mean, yeah.
I've never really felt like spitting on someone is the best example of that.
This
that
isn't.
theory.
It's not that I want to spit on people. It's just that it's somewhere in my mind.
Yeah. So like, if if someone did something bad to you, or like you got in like some fight in public.
Yeah, I've never spit on anyone before.
Yeah, no. But from what it sounds like to me is maybe if there's a situation that called for some form of like violence, maybe maybe the first thing that you would do instinctually is like you would spit on them. Like before you punch them or before you kick them, you would spit in their face.
That's like one of the most disrespectful things you could do to someone. Spitting in. I would rather get punched in the face.
Would you rather get peed on your head or spit in your mouth?
Probably spit in my mouth. I don't want to get peed on my head, dude. I'd rather get a golden shower. Would you rather step in shit barefoot, get peed on your head, or spit in your mouth? Rank them.
I'd rather get peed on my head. I'd rather get peed on my head than stepped in shit, dude. Because the spit in your mouth, like, you get sick from that. That's like kissing them, sort of. Like a poop, you just wash it off. Yeah. You know. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'd rather get spit on my face than in my mouth.
No, it's got to be in your mouth.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah,
but would you rather get spit on your like?
Well, I don't want spit in my mouth. It's made out with a stranger.
But at least if they spit in your mouth, it's not visible anymore because you kind of just it goes in and then it's
I'd throw up.
You think you'd throw up if someone spit in your mouth?
I might. I think I might. Depends on who it is. So on the last episode with my sister, this is finishing off our poop conversation. After this, I think we're done with poop.
Yeah, sorry. This was a really gross little segment.
So we talked about me pooping on that island in Sweden with my sister, and she didn't believe me.
Yeah, and your mom helped you move your poop, and
she didn't move it. She pointed out where to do it and how to bury it.
Okay.
I confirmed it with her yesterday that this did in fact happen, and I did poop on an island in Sweden, and I did bury it with rocks.
Was this
she said maybe I pooped on a rock and buried it with more rocks.
Whoa.
So it did happen.
Was this a remote island? People didn't live there?
No, yeah. It's like in the middle of, I don't know if it was saltwater or like a lake.
Okay, so kind of a touristy place to hang out for the day?
No one was there, though.
Okay.
It was just like this little strip of sand, basically, with like a couple trees maybe and some like rocks.
Yeah. I guess
I shit on the rocks.
My point is, that's kind of a surprise there that's hidden for somebody at some point.
Someone could have stumbled upon it, but I didn't see anyone else there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, later on.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
A couple months later, someone could go there, go up to take a poop. They find a good spot. They look, there's your poop.
You're like, someone beat me to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, it did happen. I have pooped on the ground in a foreign country.
Check. That's kind of cool because that's something
that I don't think I would do today. I was not that I would be against it, but it's just not something that I've ever even thought about doing anywhere else.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would do it if I had to.
I mean, yeah.
It's kind of cool because you made your mark. Like no other human, well, maybe at some point, but most likely no other human has pooped in that particular little
definitely
foot by foot area of the world.
I could even be the only American to have ever pooped on that island.
Wow.
That's pretty special. That's something that you can.
You could have been the only person in all of North America.
Yeah.
To poop on that island.
Yeah. That's pretty special. That's something that I can always take with me if I'm ever having a bad day. It's like, you know what? I may have lost my job, but I am the only person who has pooped on that island from America.
You might be the only person named Kyle to poop on that island.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And I was like 8. Might be the only 8-year-old. Might be the youngest ever.
Might be the only 8-year-old Kyle American to poop on that island.
I would say probably.
Now that is something to be proud of.
Oh, I'm very proud.
Cool.
All right. No more poop for the rest of this episode. Well, can't guarantee it.
So a long time ago, I tried to explain to you, I'm sure you remember, I explained how I have this kind of weird, not obsession, but just love for situations of mutual respect.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, John gets a boner when someone thanks him for something.
No.
It's like, oh my God, he said thank you. Yeah.
No. Like I said before, it's not like that. It's more of I feel really, really happy inside. Stop looking at me like
you just feel with everything. Blood rushes to different places in John's body.
No, I get really.
Thank you, sir. looks down.
Just get
Sir, are you?
no. No, I just get really like happy when I can tell that the person who's doing the service for me or I'm doing a service for them. Stop looking at me like that.
I'm not doing anything.
I feel really happy, and it like restores my faith in humanity when I can tell that someone shows respect when they don't have to. It's not like part of their job description, but they kind of go the extra mile.
Yeah.
And it's not just when someone says thank you. That's not like, oh my God, I'm so happy. But it's more of things that I can. Okay, so for example, I had a situation like that today.
Whoa.
And I was like, I'm going to write this down to give you.
Oh, was it when I cut your hair and you thanked me?
No.
You didn't thank me, actually, for cutting
Thank
your
you
hair.
for cutting my hair, Kyle.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do. I don't like the haircut, but thank you.
Well, it's better than what you had before.
So I wanted to give you an example so you could be able to put it in context and say, oh, I understand John's feeling a little more.
Okay.
So Kyle and I at work today, we're moving a bunch of boxes, and they were kind of heavy. We had these like moving carts, and we kind of took up a lot of space. And at our work, the hallways are kind of narrow. So like if we're moving all the shit, like if someone else is coming the other way, they might not be able to squeeze by or whatever. And so we were going down this narrow hallway, and this other construction guy who's doing construction at a different part of the building was coming towards us with his own cart of like moving this heavy shit, and like we both couldn't fit, so he moved to the side so that I could get by. And I was like, oh hey, thanks man, sorry about that. And he literally said, he's like, hey, don't worry about it, bro, you and me are doing the same thing.
I heard that too.
And I like, it's such a little thing, but the way he said it and the expression on his face, I don't know,
It's like we're in this together.
Yeah, it's like you and me, we're both just like trying to get by,
Just
like
moving shit.
Yeah, we're just moving shit. Like, I don't know, the way I interpreted it was, we probably don't want to be moving this shit, but like we're doing what we got to do, making a paycheck. And it was like, I don't know. It made me really, I was like, oh yeah, thanks man. And he's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. You and me are doing the same thing. I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then John had to sit down for a little bit. Wait for his boner to go down.
But do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I heard that around the corner, and I was like, oh, that's nice of him to say.
Yeah, right? I don't know. And to me, those
I
things
didn't realize
stick
that
with
made
me.
your day.
Like with that quote, what he said, if I didn't bring it up, would you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that he said it.
Like for an like would you tomorrow, would you remember that guy?
Probably, yeah.
See? It sticks with people.
But I could remember everything that has been said to me all day, every day, for like a day.
Wow.
I don't know if it's true. Okay, I have something. Something I noticed at work today.
Tell me what you noticed, Kyle.
Are you able to tell the age of somebody by their voice? Like if you just hear them from far away, are you able to tell how old they probably are? Because I think I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah. I think I can, but I never ever have even thought of that until now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say with 90% of girls, I can tell if they're under the age of 30. Just by hearing their voice. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not good at like specifics. I can't tell if you're 21 or 24.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I'm able to tell if you're a teenager, if you're in like the 20s to 30s range, or if you're like old, like not old, but like mom territory, like 40s, 50s.
Yeah. Now, do you think you can tell based on the sound of their voice or the diction they use?
I think both. I think I was talking sound of the voice, but diction definitely helps.
Yeah. I think that.
Wow. I've never used that in a sentence, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Maybe I think the diction plays more of a role than we think. Because even though you don't realize it, if my mom and sister were telling me the exact same thing, they would use different words.
Yeah.
And even if, let's say my mom told me a sentence, but it was my sister's voice coming out of her mouth, I would still know that like it was my mom that said it. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. So then like this was something that kind of, because I heard our boss talking from like far away, and I heard her voice, and I was like, I heard a couple other voices, and I was like, oh, I could all kind of guess their age range. Yeah. And I looked over, and the other people that she was with, I was right. Yeah. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, John's dad has a very specific voice that I would know for sure.
But I mean, that's because you've known him
I know.
for a long time.
But picture anyone younger than Steve having that voice. Like picture if a 20, because your voice is done maturing, right? When you're out of puberty. I would like to think I'm out of puberty. I'm 21. I don't know.
There would never be anyone like you that had my
Steve's
dad's voice.
Yeah, like did Steve sound like that when he was 21? I kind of feel like he didn't.
I mean, yeah. So maybe that's a myth that your voice is done maturing.
Yeah, because
I think
old people have super distinct voices. There's never an old people that sounds like this.
Yeah,
I know they'll use different words too, but my voice,
I think
is not someone over the age of like
your
40.
life story or your whole life that led you to the point where you are determines the way you talk, right? Like if my dad,
but I'm not talking about the way you talk though.
No, I know, but I guess what I'm saying is if my dad, let's say, like went to college and then went to grad school and got like his master's, I think he would sound way different, obviously.
Yeah.
Than he does. I think it's based on kind of where you grow up and who you're around.
But his actual voice,
and
though,
the lifestyle. I don't know. But I mean, I don't think his voice itself is that distinct. I think the way that he talks is distinct. Like
I think his voice is pretty
Really?
distinct. To me, it is.
Yeah. It's so weird. My dad is kind of not related, but my dad has 4 brothers. And they all sound the exact same. Even I, his son, sometimes don't know which uncle is talking. If I'm upstairs, like my one uncle in particular, my uncle Dwayne, when he's over and they're downstairs, I shit you not, I can't tell who's talking. They're the exact same.
Yeah, I've
now,
never met your uncles.
The
so
other brothers are like, I can tell that they're not my dad, but I can't pick them apart. It's crazy.
Dang. Well, yeah, I don't know, but it's just interesting thinking about how voices change. But I don't know, maybe it's the kind of thing where generations have different voices. Because if you listen to those movies where it's like from like the 30s or something, and it's like a 30s commercial, and it's a man talking, it just sounds like, I can't even do the accent, but oh, look at Johnny go.
Yeah.
Wow, he's got a bat in his hand.
Dude, dude. No, that's good. That's all.
Oh, golly.
But that's accents, though. That's not necessarily the way they talk. That's like the accent. But have you noticed that commercials never have someone with a... Commercials always have the most basic voices.
Yeah, they never have like a New York accent.
Yeah, I've never heard a Boston accent, New York accent, Southern accent.
Get you Aquafina.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
It's always just the most basic voice.
Yeah.
Which is really weird because to me it's normal because that's what I sound like. Mm-hmm. But if I grew up in the deep South and had a Southern accent, or in Louisiana, is it Louisiana the deep South?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dirty South.
Dirty South. Or if I grew up in New York or in Boston and had a thick Boston accent, it would be weird to turn on the TV and hear nobody that had an accent like me.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess that's true, but yeah, I don't know. But I guess there are certain times where you hear maybe a Southern accent on a commercial.
I mean, yeah,
like
maybe if it's a particular, if it's a branded thing.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to see a Crest toothpaste commercial with a Southern accent.
And my question is the guy that is like the Ram. That guy?
Yeah.
What did he sound like when he was my age? He's like, hey, I'm Dave.
I mean, I think it's like he's a voice actor, so I don't think that's how he talks. He can probably just do a low voice really well.
I don't know, because that guy is an actor. I know who that is, and he's been in different roles. And
Is that how he always talks?
Yeah, that's how he talks.
Jeez.
He has a super deep voice. It's like,
I don't know.
What did this kid sound like when he hit puberty? He's like 15, and he's got Ram.
Yeah. I wonder how we'll sound when we're 60.
I kind of hope I don't sound like this.
I think it's inevitable that we won't sound like this.
But why?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Someone needs to research this. Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
How come when adults leave messages, which is kind of a dying thing, not many people leave like voicemails anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that I get a voicemail.
But when my mom leaves me a voicemail, they talk so scripted. If you get a voicemail, how come they're always like, "Hey John, it's mom." First of all,
yeah, I know.
Obviously,
it
it's
says
mom. But it's like, "Hey John, it's mom. I'm going to the store. I don't have an example, but I guess it just sounds like they wrote it down on paper and are reading off how they're going to say it. Whereas if I was to answer, you talk like you're talking to another person. Mm-hmm. And if I was to leave a voicemail, I would talk like I'm talking to another person. Like if I called you and you didn't answer, normally I'd be like, hey, Kyle, like wanted to see what time you wanted to record today. Call me back or whatever. But if I was a parent, I feel like it would sound like, hey, Kyle, sorry you couldn't pick up the phone right now. Hope you're not too busy. I was just checking in to see when you could come over. Like, you know what I mean?
Just call me back and we'll figure it out.
And we'll plan something soon. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I just noticed that a while ago that why don't you just talk normal?
Do you have a go-to goodbye on the phone? Because my mom, I've noticed, if she's ever on the phone with somebody, she always goes like, yeah, bye. It's always bye. And it's not like a rude, like, bye.
It's just her kind of habit.
Bye. She does that every time.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I don't really pay attention to that, but I think I just say,
All right,
usually when I talk on the phone, well, it depends who I'm talking to, but if it's my family, they talk so much. And it might seem like I talk a lot because I do this podcast.
You do have a talkative family.
But outside of the podcast, I talk the least out of everyone in my family. And so usually it's just me on the phone and I'm like, all right, okay, all right, bye. So yeah, I don't think I have a go-to. Do you?
Yeah, I don't. I definitely say I'm a big see ya. Wait, what?
I'm gonna kind of roast you for a second.
Oh shit.
When you talk on the phone, you talk so different than in real life.
Do I talk really monotone?
You try to make your voice deeper. You go, every time you go, hello. Dude, I shit you not. I've noticed that my whole life. You'll swipe, then you pause for a second, and you go, hello. and it's so deep. I'm like, bro, just say hello. And you talk so quiet too.
Yeah, I talk pretty quiet. I don't know. I guess.
Why don't you just talk at the same level you would talk now?
Like this is like if I pick up a phone, swipe. Hello?
No, it's deeper. It's deeper. Trust me.
Hello? Hello?
There, that's closer.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, that's how I talk on the phone. I don't intentionally try to do that. I guess I just do it.
But
I've never opened the phone and be like, hello?
I know, but it's just, but I'll talk to you sometimes and you'll be talking how you normally talk on the phone, but I can't hear a fucking thing you're saying because you're like, okay, yeah, I'll be over.
I know, I talk quietly.
Like, dude, just talk.
I'm a quiet talker. I'm a quiet talker because I hate loud talkers. And I get it if we're on the phone, obviously we're trying to hear each other, but it's a pet peeve of mine hearing people talk very loud in public, especially if I'm in public.
But there's a good happy medium. Like,
sure.
Just cause you don't have to whisper, but you also don't got to be like, dude, my dad on the phone, I think he has bad hearing, which is why he thinks.
Hello?
He goes, hello? Okay. Yeah, I'll see you at 5. Okay, bye. Dad, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I could totally picture that.
But
yeah, I'm very quiet on the phone. My whole family says that. I also have a bad habit of not aiming my phone well.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll kind of talk like this.
Yeah.
Or like this.
Yeah.
And that's why partially why you can't hear me.
Yeah.
But like the other day we were on the phone and I was probably talking this loud. I was probably like, hey, yeah. What's up? And you said you couldn't hear a single word I was saying.
I couldn't.
And I was like responding. And I was talking louder. I think I might have been having my phone in a weird spot.
Yeah. I feel like but I do feel like you try and make it more monotone than in person.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's because there's not that personal factor there. I'm just monotone.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like.
Or if I'm tired, then it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or if I just woke up or something. But I am pretty monotone. Like.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how your voice. Like your voice naturally could, like, if you're not trying to be energized, I think your voice is more likely to be monotone than other people.
Yeah, I definitely have a very monotone voice if I'm not
like paying attention to it.
Paying attention or like into a conversation.
Yeah.
Then I'm pretty like, hey, yeah. What's up?
Like if I didn't know you,
yeah,
I would think that you fucking hated me.
Yeah.
If I just met you.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
yeah, probably.
oh hi.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's not like a bad thing. I don't know.
One of our other friends does that. Every time he does a presentation, he always makes his voice so deep. He's like, "Oh, the American Revolution started."
Yeah,
That's exactly how he talks. And when he like talks with adults, because like you have an adult voice. I think we've talked about this before.
Oh yeah.
You definitely have an adult
My
voice.
voice goes up like 3 octaves when I talk.
Yeah,
But it's when I talk to female adults, it goes up. I feel like I have to match the energy.
right, because you can't be like, "Oh, hi," to like a man.
Yeah, he's like,
Because
what
then
the
he's like,
fuck are you doing?
"Who the fuck are you, pussy?"
Yeah. Moving on. Who's your A of the week, Kyle? Who aced their test this week? Who's gotten a big ol' A stamp right on the top?
JR and his Cabbage
Whoa.
get the A this week.
Dude.
I saw a tweet, and the tweet reads, "Thank you to the Alaska Air ticket counter crew in Fairbanks. My friend JR wanted to know the weight of his cabbage, so he took it to the airport to be weighed, 28.5 pounds, and now it's on his way to kimchi." There's a picture of this guy with his cabbage
Oh my
walking
God.
into Alaska. Well, that's huge.
Wait, so
This guy brought his cabbage to the airport to weigh it.
why the airport? I don't
He's in Alaska.
understand.
Maybe they don't have scales. I don't know.
So was this for a contest or for fun?
I don't know, but he made kimchi out of it.
Damn, dude, that's a lot of kimchi.
I know.
How do you make a cabbage that big?
Grow it. Steroids. I don't
Have
know.
you seen? There's like pumpkin growing contests,
They're huge.
and every year they break the record and just get these.
What do they do with them?
I don't know. Nothing.
Decompose. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, I just thought you'd appreciate that because you're a lover of cabbage.
I am. Yeah, I feel like I never talked about it, but I had this one phase for like a year in high school
Cabbage phase.
where, and it all started because I found this Twitter account called Cabbage Facts,
Yeah.
which was just
It's a
super
good
funny.
account.
Yeah, they still tweet every once in a while, but it's not really. I don't know.
It's not
I
the
think
same.
you have to have a certain sense of humor, and I think a lot of people just don't understand it, or they're like,
Mhm.
"Why the fuck is this funny?"
Yeah.
But wait, can I just pull it up real quick? I just want to read a couple.
It's at Real Cabbage Fact.
How many followers?
40.7K.
Okay, so not that big.
I mean 40,000.
I mean,
Instead of getting pregnant, why not just put a cabbage under your shirt and pretend to be miserable instead of actually being miserable because you have to take care of a stupid ass baby? I'm gonna favorite. That's a good tweet. I like that.
See?
I'm gonna follow. Oh, they tweeted about it. They said, "Why didn't you just tell me? Why didn't you tell me first? What is your problem?" Oh, he replied to that cabbage guy.
Oh.
Why didn't you tell me first? What is your problem? Okay, I'm gonna follow this. Nice. Oh, there's also lettuce facts, carrot facts.
Holy shit.
It's a lot of vegetable facts.
Damn, I wonder if it's all one guy who's just like at home. Just
Could be. How
um,
do you think it makes money off of that?
I don't know. I doubt it.
How could you do an ad
Yeah.
ad for cabbage?
So yeah, that's kind of the idea. He just tweets this really random shit and somehow incorporates cabbage into it,
Yeah.
and that's about it. But I thought it was really funny. And so then there was one time when
made a video.
Oh yeah, I made a video, but then also for a class, I bought like a cabbage, and it was like a pet cabbage for like a week.
Weird phase.
And no, like that was for a class, but then I made a video out of it, and at the end of the week when I didn't have to keep the cabbage anymore, I drew a face on it and like destroyed it with a baseball bat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's
so
your A of the week?
My A of the week is this guy who lives in New York City. His name is Joseph DiGiovanna. DiGiovanna. And he lives in New Jersey, but he's shooting a time lapse of New York City that is set to go for 30 years.
Is he starting now?
No, he's been going for 4 years.
Damn.
He has two cameras set up in his apartment that has taken a photo every 30 seconds for 4 years.
Holy.
And so, I mean, I guess for people who don't know, the time lapse is basically you get to pick an interval. So you can do like every 10 seconds your camera takes a photo, or every minute, or every 2 minutes. And so this guy is doing this project of New York City from New Jersey, so like across the river. And I think it's across a river. I've never been to New York, so I have no fucking clue
The Hudson
geography.
River or some shit.
And so what's really cool is he's shown little previews of just the 4 years, and in just 4 years, you literally see buildings aren't there at the beginning, and then
they build
huge
them up.
skyscrapers just appear.
Jeez.
And it's like the whole skyline, and it's really, really cool. But this guy, it's supposed to go for 30 years, but he said it's only going to go for 30 years if he can't find a way to make it go forever.
Whoa.
Because he's like, eventually he's going to die, and like he also said that it's really expensive to obviously get like, there's a ton of hard drives and like,
yeah. And my question is, at some point, this is going to become out of date technology.
what's going to be like
his camera, and like it might be hard to, like change it or some shit.
I mean, yeah.
Or what if it dies and he doesn't even know?
Yeah, I mean, everything at this point he's got everything automated, so like he can go about his life, and it just like it syncs with his computer and it never runs out of battery and shit. But yeah, you're right. Like eventually the camera could break or something could go wrong,
Or get overheated,
and then he'd have to. Yeah, then that would be interesting because then
his cat knocks it over.
Yeah, then you miss a 30 seconds. But I don't know. I just thought it was really, really cool, and it'll be cool. Like in 30 years from now, if this thing actually keeps going, I think it would be insane to see a 34-year
that'd be sick
time lapse of a city. Because but he said what would be in this video, he was explaining how it'd be even cooler if it went on forever. Because imagine you get to see New York City 150 years ago, and then you get to see in like 5 minutes, you get to see it
how
change and build, and things get destroyed and rebuilt. And
he must have a good view from his apartment, because what if like something obstructs his view? Like someone plants a tree and it slowly just like
goes right in front of the camera.
Yeah. That would suck.
Yeah, that would suck. I don't know. So I just thought that was kind of cool. Shout out to Joseph.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Joseph.
All right. Who's your F for the week, Kyle?
I have 3.
Whoa.
One, they're all Andrew Luck related.
Okay.
So if you guys aren't football fans, you might not care. But Andrew Luck retired. He's the quarterback for the Colts.
He's was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, he would have been my favorite for the MVP this year, and I would have picked the Colts to win the Super Bowl. But he retired in his prime. He just wasn't happy. Like, he had gone through so many injuries, and it just wasn't, his quality of life kind of wasn't there, and so he wanted to step away. And he's definitely made his money. So he has all the power to like be able to just retire when he wants to, and whatever.
Question.
So, yes.
Do you buy it? Do you think he's done? Honestly, do you honestly think he's done forever? Or do you deep down think he's going to come back?
I kind of feel like there's a comeback, and like give it a year or two, I feel like there's a comeback.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But a bunch of Colts fans. So he was on the field for the preseason game in Indianapolis, and he walked off the field after the news had broke, and he got booed off the field by a bunch of fans, by
his own fans,
which is really messed up. And I get that fans can have like weird reactions that are kind of in the moment, because like the Raptors fans, when they cheered when KD tore his Achilles, that was messed up, and they probably all regretted it. And I'm sure a lot of those Colts fans regret it. And so this guy on Twitter named, I don't know if you follow him, his name's Barry McCockiner.
Oh yeah, is that the guy that does like the meme stuff?
Yeah, he does a bunch of. He's kind of just a troll.
Yeah.
His name's Barry McCockiner.
Yeah.
So I don't know how anyone could think that's a real person, but he's done this so many times. He's continuously made fake stories for fun that like NFL insiders will see and then tweet about, saying like this is happening, like they're trying to get the first scoop. And he wrote something that like Colin Kaepernick is getting signed by the Colts, and a bunch of NFL insiders tweeted it. They're like, "Oh, Colin Kaepernick is reportedly signed by the Colts."
God, people are so dumb.
I know.
If they're an NFL insider, don't they fucking know who this guy is?
I know, because he's done it so many. I wish I had more examples, but he's done this so many times.
Yeah. Didn't you also tell me a story about how one of the co-hosts of Pardon My Take will tweet, or at one point he tweeted something about the Browns like way before it happened, and then like months later it actually happened?
I don't know, but he has like a Twitter for his dog where he like makes like fake scoops, and he'll just kind of predict things that he hopes happens, or like wild takes that he has.
But then I think one of them actually happened.
Some of them have, yeah. But like not that. Yeah. He's got some really dumb ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, another thing. This is like a big pet peeve of mine is jersey burnings and even worse, fake jersey burnings.
Fake jersey burnings.
Have
What's
you seen
that?
those? Okay, so for example, when LeBron signed with the Heat,
Yeah.
everyone was mad. Everyone started burning their jerseys and like posting videos of them burning their LeBron jersey. Like, all right.
Yeah.
When Michael Vick, Michael Vick's different because he like murdered dogs, but
Yeah.
but like there's a new trend of like when Kawhi signed with the Clippers, there's a guy because the Raptors can't be mad at Kawhi,
Yeah.
because he brought them a championship. He didn't guarantee them that he would be there for another year.
Yeah.
So it's like set up like they're gonna burn it. They put Kawhi's jersey down. They have a lighter and they put it up to it, and they take it away, and then they put a piece of paper down that says like, "Thank you for all these years," and blah blah blah. Have you ever seen those videos?
No, that's so.
It happens
fucking
every
stupid.
time someone signs somewhere else or retires, and it's so annoying. And I saw a bunch of Andrew Luck ones, and like SportsCenter tweets it, and they're like, "Oh, so much respect for Andrew Luck." Like, it's so corny, and I hate it so much.
Yeah.
It's even worse than the actual jersey burnings. I think that is stupid because I want to keep all my jerseys because sometimes they're funny. Like I have a Michael Vick jersey.
Yeah.
Swag.
Yeah.
I didn't burn mine. But anyways, it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
So that's my F of the week.
Cool.
What do you have?
All right. This one, pretty passionate about.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, F of the week is the fucking radio.
Yeah.
The radio.
That
First of all, the whole radio industry, the radio in general as a device is basically useless unless you're
there's some good like sports talk shows.
I mean, yeah. But I guess my point is in 2019, unless you're like 50 years of age or older, you probably listen to music on your phone, or the sports stuff you listen to is a sports podcast probably through an app. Like most people don't listen to the radio. And I honestly haven't turned on the radio until the other day in like years, like 2 years probably. And recently my aux cord in my car broke and my audio system's all fucked up, so I can't get a new aux cord to play my music.
That's
and
rough.
I was just really bored. Oh, and I didn't even like have my phone with me in the car because my phone was broken. So I was like so bored on this drive, and I was like, I'm just gonna turn on the radio, see what the new music is. I shit you not. For over 10 minutes, I had like an 11-minute drive home. The two main stations were ads for 11 minutes straight. 11 minutes! Not a single song for 11 fucking minutes.
And when they're playing music, it's just a bunch of poppy shit that's so annoying. Like a bunch of pop music.
It's all like fucking Bruno Mars, Adam Levine,
yes,
and some other girls that I don't know. That are
super
like new.
annoying.
And listen, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I understand they do ads. That's how the format for radio works. You listen to some songs for free, then you listen to some ads, then you listen to some music. That's how cable TV works. And that's fair because going in, I'm going to watch the show for a little bit, then there's going to be some commercials to pay for it. But 11 fucking minutes? I've never watched a show on TV that's had an 11-minute commercial break.
I feel like radio's dying, and they have to do more and more commercials to make money because no one listens to it.
Yeah, I was laughing by the end of it. I was like mind blown because I turned it on when I'm like, all right, it's probably just an ad for a couple minutes. So I kept switching back between 92.5 and 93.3 because there's similar music. And I was like, I'm just gonna see what's new, and I kept going back and forth, and both stations the whole time were ads. It was absolutely absurd. So I don't know. I was really angry, and I'm like, all right, this just proves why I'm never gonna listen to radio again.
It's either a bunch of ads or they're both playing the same songs.
Yeah.
It's like, I changed the radio station and it's the same song.
Yeah. And I would rather have listen to one song, one ad. One song, one ad. But instead what they do is they'll play like 4 or 5 songs in a row and then give you 11 minutes of ads. And it's just not fun.
That'd be such a boring job.
I know.
Like
Like back in the
sit there
day.
and like click song.
Yeah. And then every once in a while you go, 92.5 is back with the hits. And
Then you like back away for a while.
yeah.
Just, like, jerk off or something.
So, I don't know. I mean, obviously, everybody knows. I think within a few years, the traditional radio will basically be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Kyle, who's shown up to your reunion this week?
I got Chuck Norris.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. That's exciting.
Let's see. So he's basically, what I've learned See, honestly, I didn't know much about him because growing up, he's kind of been a meme. It's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
think we were a
Chuck
little
Norris.
too young to really.
Yeah. When we were in middle school, he was such a big meme.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Chuck Norris, he's the man.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know who that was for a while.
Yeah.
And I realized it was a real person when I watched Dodgeball.
Yeah.
But he's been in a bunch of movies. Like, he's a Taekwondo master. He's like a black belt.
What did he get like famous from?
Well, he's been in some movies with Bruce Lee.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly which movies, but he's been in some movies. And he also was, before this, he was in like the Air Force, like in the Air Force. He's been in a bunch of wars.
Okay.
And I said wards.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of wars, and he's won a bunch of awards in the wars.
Oh,
war
wow.
awards.
So he's like a war hero.
He's a decorated warrior.
Damn.
Then he became like this. He had this. He created this like kung fu place.
Isn't he kind of a piece of shit, or is that Michael Myers?
I
get the.
don't know.
Do you know who I don't. In my
Michael-
head, I
who's
think
Michael?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers is the like. Isn't that the guy that's from like those Halloween movies?
Oh, maybe it's Mike Myers.
Oh, Mike Myers.
Who's Mike Myers?
Mike Myers is Shrek?
I don't know who that, but like I don't know what he looks
Austin
like.
Powers.
Oh, Austin Powers is Mike Myers.
Yeah.
See, in my head, I think when I think the name Mike Myers, I think Chuck Norris.
That's weird. They don't look that similar.
But they're both memes, you know?
Yeah, I guess. He opened a fighting school named Chun Kuk Do.
That's it.
He was married when he was 18 and his wife was 17, and they had a bunch of kids and they were married for a while. After 30 years of marriage, they divorced in 1989 after separating in 1988 during the filming of Delta Force 2. Then he married a former model, Gina O'Kelly, who's 23 years younger than him. And she already had 2 children from a previous marriage. And then she also delivered twins in 2001. So he's got a ton of kids.
Jeez.
And then he had he told Mary Hart, Entertainment Tonight's Mary Hart, that he did not meet his illegitimate daughter from a past relationship until she was 26. And she learned about him when she was 16. And I think she like sent a letter to him or something. Jeez. And he like figured out like, oh, I have another daughter. So he's got 13 grandkids.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And in recent years, he's like appearing in stuff all over the world. He appeared in like some French TV show in 2015. He starred in a commercial for Hoegaarden beer.
If you were that famous and had that much money, why would you do weird gigs?
I don't know.
Maybe it's fun if you've already done it all.
He's probably fine on money.
Yeah.
In 2017, he appeared in an advertisement for United Healthcare. And then in 2017, Flare Games produced Nonstop Chuck Norris, which was an action RPG game.
Dude.
Like a mobile game.
Nonstop Chuck Norris?
Yeah. And then in 2017, he became Fiat's ambassador.
He
was a tough face for Fiat.
That is quite possibly the most random resume.
Okay, here's another one. In 2018, he appeared in an ad for Hesburger, a Finnish hamburger chain. He also did a commercial for Cerveza Poker. And he did a third commercial, which was Toyota. So he's just doing commercials for all these most random places ever.
They probably pay him a ton to get that name.
Get Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
I feel like his name is almost more famous than he is.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Chuck Norris, but...
Yeah. Basically, he's just a badass that became an actor.
Yeah.
And he kind of was like discovered by Bruce Lee because he was doing competitions and Bruce Lee was doing that too.
See, so I always thought, I didn't know he was actually a skilled fighter. I thought that was kind of part of the meme or part of his like actor. Like, I don't know. I thought maybe he played roles where he's a badass, but he's not actually a badass. He's just like some random dude.
No, he's actually badass.
Wow.
And so was Bruce Lee.
So he's not the guy that like beats his wives and stuff? Because
you're describing a lot of people.
I know. I've just heard some shit about... I thought Chuck Norris was like a horrible person, but
he might be.
Maybe he's not.
He didn't say anything bad. He didn't have any arrests or anything from what I saw. So
okay, the more you know.
The more you know. Now you know about Chuck Norris.
Not that you really ever needed to know about Chuck Norris, but
you know,
can't hurt.
You know.
All right. Well, mine actually goes back to kind of what you're talking about earlier, Michael Vick.
Oh, whoa.
I didn't even know that you were going to talk about him, but
I think I've seen him recently.
You've seen him?
Not in person, but like on TV.
Seen him around. Yeah. So he, as most of you, if you're football fans know, or if you're not a football fan and don't know, he had a phase where he wasn't the best guy.
Yeah.
He was involved in some dog fighting. Don't really know exactly what he did, but he was.
I think basically there was dog fighting, and I think he was one of the people that was like making them fight and running this ring or whatever.
And I'm not really going to get into that.
That's sad.
I don't really understand why he would do that when he's making millions. It was during his prime.
He could have had like a gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Or he's just fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Concussions. I don't know.
So, anyways, he was an amazing NFL quarterback, one of the most exciting players to watch. Mm-hmm. Then he went to prison for a little while. And then, like, we actually, on one of our earlier episodes, we talked about how if someone's a terrible person, but they go to jail and they, like, serve their time when they get out.
Prove that they're, like, a changed person, which he has.
Should they still kind of have this weird thing floating around them where people still don't accept the fact that they're changed? And I try to think that if someone did something bad, served their time, and is now trying to be a better person, that we should not just outcast them, you know? And I think it's kind of cool that so he went to jail, and now he was the ambassador of the what was that new football league called? The
AAF?
Yeah, so the AAF, he was one of the ambassadors and like core people helping to get that organized.
Well, that didn't work out.
And the AAF was a new football league that was supposed to maybe compete with the NFL or kind of for like the people that didn't make it to the NFL could play in the AAF. It didn't last very long, and then it ended up going bankrupt and got shut down.
In the middle of the season.
During the season. But that's not really what's exciting. What's exciting is apparently he's like the best player and one of the main kind of ambassadors for the AFFL.
Was it the Flag Football League?
The American Flag Football League.
I've seen him in that, and he's super good.
Yeah, so, okay, it says, with the AFFL, he's not only a quarterback for one of the 4 teams starring ex-NFL veterans, but also a founding partner for the tournament-style project. So, basically, there's 4 teams that are all ex-NFL players that are really, really good players. Then
it's like the big 3 kind of. It's like a bunch of ex-NFL players.
Yeah, but then what's cool, then there's 32 other teams that are Joe Schmoes that you and me could make a team.
Well, we wouldn't be able to make a team. No.
I mean, I think anybody can somehow you get in this
tournament.
Probably have
to try out, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. My point is there's 32 amateur teams that go through this tournament style, and I'll just read it to you. The tournament format was broken into 2 converging single elimination brackets with 32 teams of primarily amateurs on one side, 4 teams of primarily professional gridiron football players on the other. The 2 champions would then meet in the ultimate finale to decide the U.S. Open champion. They played for $1 million prize.
Damn.
Which is pretty good for
that. But that's like split up between the whole team.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought that was really cool. And some of the other people in it are like Terrell Owens and who else? I forget. There's a couple other big name people that are in it. But
cool.
Yeah, and apparently the games are on the NFL Network, and it's like still a league. Like last season was its first official season.
Yeah, I've seen some of it before.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of modified rules, and it's really cool. And I think with the new studies in recent years of how dangerous football is, I think a lot of people, if this league can do well and people actually care about it, maybe when people retire, when they're done with regular football, they'll just transition to this, and you got to keep watching people play, not getting hurt.
Yeah, but that's more for like skill position players, because what is like a defensive end?
I mean, yeah, there's no lineman or anything, so it's more just kind of for fun.
Yeah,
but yeah,
cool.
So he's just chilling, playing football. Sounds like he's a nice guy now, and that's that.
I think he's on TV too. I think I've seen him with like CBS or somebody.
Yeah,
doing like football stuff.
All right, before we wrap it up, I'm gonna give you a couple words of the day.
Yes. Are they me better than mine last time?
I don't know. Those were pretty good. Not gonna lie. Can you listen? Can you remember them? What were they?
Barborigum was your stomach rumbling.
Yeah.
Gardy Lou was like shit getting thrown down on you.
I don't remember.
Couldn't tell you the Barbo Bako Maki.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Was the molehill.
Okay, so I looked up words that you don't know but are probably useful. So here's some words that they might, and now they're ranked by like there's a scale of 1 through 10 on how useful these would be.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some 8 and 9s, and then I'm going to give you some 1s and 2s that are just totally not useful at all.
Okay.
So, okay, this one's rated 2 in usefulness.
Oh.
So you're never going to need this word.
Okay.
Apricity.
I've heard that word.
Apricity.
Don't know what it means.
The warmth of the sun in the winter.
Oh, I knew that. Why did I know that?
I have no clue.
I knew that.
That's really weird.
Maybe psychology or something.
Maybe one of your environmental classes?
That or like a random vocab word that I learned in school.
But what's really cool is there's a special feeling when it's freezing out, but it's a clear sky and you feel the sun.
Yeah.
That's a special feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much different than like during the summer and just going out in a warm day.
It is.
Yeah.
It's apricity, baby.
I got another useless one.
Okay.
Coprolite. Coprolite. Probably have no clue.
No.
A piece of fossilized dung.
Oh, duh.
So your poop on that island
Is
eventually it's going to be coprolite.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to say that I might have created a fossil.
You might have created coprolite. You are the only American to ever create coprolite on that island, probably.
Well, not yet.
Not yet, but one day.
It's only if it's been preserved perfectly under those rocks.
Yeah. Your poop might have been so good that maybe it was used for something
Could have
else.
gotten washed up or something.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a good one. So this one says it's 9 out of 10 usefulness.
Okay.
I don't understand what it means, though. It's called a kakistocracy.
Is it a type of government?
It is.
Ha.
But this definition doesn't make sense.
Oh.
It says government by the worst men.
So just government.
So like
It's
right
just,
now
it's just government.
it's just government by like the worst men ever. I guess it's just a bunch of assholes.
Guess that's okay.
So maybe we're in a kakistocracy right now.
We are, I think. I think most governments, TBH, most governments are kakistocracies. Kakistocracies? Did I say that right?
Yeah, kakistocracies.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll end it with this one. This is actually a really good word.
Okay.
Things, so movies, works of art, music, etc., that are low quality, but many people find them amusing or enjoyable. So William Hung, he's a kitsch. The word is called kitsch.
Kitsch.
Like
that's kitschy.
KITSCH.
That's kitschy.
Kitschy, yeah.
I think I've heard that before.
So
This podcast.
this podcast is kitschy. What's a movie? There's some shitty movies that we like.
Kung Pao.
Kung
I
Pao.
like.
I was gonna say Dodgeball, but those are like actually good movies.
No, that's actually a good movie. The Comebacks.
The Comebacks.
Yeah, that's kitschy.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah. Anyways, this has been a really fun episode.
We've touched a lot of bases.
Yeah. I feel like we say that a lot, but I think that's a good thing.
But this is...
I have really bad posture, so if you guys in the comments can just tear me apart, make fun of me
too.
every single day about my horrible posture, it'd mean a lot.
You don't have to make fun of me. I know my posture's bad.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Kyle, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KyleStafford36. You can follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. We post clips. I say this every goddamn time. Watch them.
Go
and then
fucking watch
and then check out the YouTube version.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Thanks, dude. YouTube version is on YouTube. Sick. All right. You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Twitter and Instagram. If you guys have an iDevice, be sure to go leave a rating and review on the Apple Podcast app. It'd mean a lot.
Do it.
We really do appreciate it. You can also
subscribe.
You can subscribe to my personal YouTube channel called The Narwhal. Like I said, there's a video going up very soon from when you guys listen to this. And there's a bunch of other videos we've made over the year. So it's pretty exciting. Go check it out. Just past 4,000 subscribers. So that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyways, with all that being said, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye-bye.